Welcome, everyone, to the official name of our new channel. So far, we've had everything called ReactJS, and I'm your host officially, Chad Collins, one of the many hosts and guests. Or at times, I'll be a guest and helping code, but most of the time, I'm the main host who sort of kicks off and helps coordinate the different live conversations we have. And definitely, I'll be kicking myself for this kickoff message because this has been so exciting for me to say. A lot of things have been going on that have positive momentum around our groups. We have, I'll try to remember them all. We have a number of groups. We've got JavaScript. We've now got an Electron group that's growing. We even have AngularJS and Vue. But primarily, our channel is the ReactJS channel here that we're talking on today, though we're sharing across multiple, maybe 7 or 10 different channels. I have to go count them all. And in those groups, there's enthusiasts who write JavaScript or write server code or who are developers who have interests. So officially, we're going to be known as ReactJS Live, and I'm real proud to state that we've gotten the URL on YouTube. So you go to youtube.com/C for channel. So youtube.com/C/ReactJS Live. So a lot of things I wanted to kind of share, and I want to grab the URL for this live feed, and I want to share it into a fellow named Chase Rayner's group, which I'm also a moderator. So you may see me be admin in a lot of groups, and I've started lots of groups. And I'll tell you, what got me into it was a fellow named Chase Rayner, and I hope I'm saying his name right. I think so. And I was on his show last night. He was nice enough to have me come in as someone who could ask questions like what you're working on. And I've got clients where we work on real estate marketing. I've got an agency where we do a marketing platform. We're doing various projects like building a CRM. There's tons of things going on. And for decades, I've been a generalist in the web. I've had all the titles that I could spend an hour talking about. But now I'm someone who has realized that in the state of the web, someone like Chase Rayner, who I'm giving a lot of airtime here to and a lot of kudos to, is really puts himself out there. And I kind of found him just by typing in SEO on Facebook. And most of his traffic of new people who find him come in off of YouTube or off of Google. So he is an authority hacker and a expert in SEO, search engine optimization, and I learned a lot from him. And more recently, he's really been focused on audits. So if you've got an SEO need, or you know someone, which we all know somebody who has a website business and they want some SEO audits done, Chase, depending on who you are and what industry you're in and what your potential budgets are, he will often offer a free audit. It's not as deep as his initial audit can go, from what I understand, but he gives out lots of tools. And SEO is a technical thing to have to figure out. So in my sort of self-proclaimed role in his group, I've taken on, well, what are we going to talk about and what are we going to cover? So before I get deep into that, I'm going to go ahead and get the Facebook link from one of our channels here. And let me go over to, let's say, the Node.js group. And well, actually, it'll be more fitting if I go to the React group, which is right here. So notice we've now named our channel, what's up, buddy? ReactJS Live. And so I'm going to keep a note here of things that we need to do, which is number one, update the artwork on the groups, on the FB group and on YouTube. So, okay, so I'm keeping track there. And this is stuff I'm creating live content now, so you can see behind the scenes. And it may look like I got a cool sky that I'm painting here, and I've got my artificial intelligence co-host here. Hey, Google, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Great. Google's great. Always listening. Hey, computer, how are you doing today?
I'm quite cheerful, probably because I've been thinking about my favorite animal.
Awesome. Okay, so back on topic here. We've got our, sometimes they can tell jokes. They're not very good, but they can look stuff up for us and answer us questions like, hey, Google, what is React.js?
According to Wikipedia, React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. It is maintained by Facebook and a community of individual developers and companies. React can be used as a base in the development of single-page or mobile applications, as it is optimal for fetching rapidly changing data that needs to be recorded.
Awesome. And so, of course, we can all Google that. And of course, I just Googled that through search, which one of the fellows I follow online says that that's going to be an important part of the future of SEO. And I don't want to make this video all about SEO, but the whole gamut of building a website, I was using an analogy the other day where the website is actually like a car, like a ReactJS application. Maybe it's a Ferrari, maybe it's just the newest, fastest stuff, and there's others out there, Vue and whatnot. But you want to put it on a road. And in a way, I was using Node.js as the road. And then search engine optimization, in a way, is how you advertise that car that can go on the road. I don't know. I'll work on that analogy, but I'm just basically saying that search engine optimization, especially when you're building single page applications, is important because you can get into a space where you're writing a lot of JavaScript and the search engines may have a little bit of a hard time indexing that, especially as the website grows. Like maybe a company wants their React application to be 5 to 25 pages large, but as the website grows, there's going to be like dynamic pages, maybe 200 pages more, and that happens a lot in real estate. Excuse me while my dog is chewing my plant. Give me 1 second here. Give me that boy. So let's stay on topic a little bit here. Once again, for anybody who's joining, because normally it seems to we cap out at about 4 live users, and I just want to say thanks, Mom, thanks to my brothers, and thanks to my neighbor for all logging in, and also, of course, Noe, who's really helped keeps the studio together, and he's been building stuff for us, soundproofing part of it, and he'll be working on our new studio here too, and he just always just a great sounding board, whether we're creating good content or not. So, and it's always creating good content, right? We're talking technology. And so I'm going to make a lot of content in this video, and then I'm going to chop it down. So the reason why I asked Google to repeat to us what is ReactJS is not so much because out there I want the users to hear it, which I do, and maybe you want to hear it, but it's going to end up in the audio embed. And when it ends up on YouTube, this content, it's going to, on the server, they parse it. Whether they show you the transcription or not, they do it, and that helps with their keywording and so on. And there's going to be some things that I want to rank on, because I'm also proud to announce in this video, and Chase, if you're watching this, I hope so, man, I just bought ReactJSLive.com. So let's take a look over here, and I'm going to go ahead, I should have had it ready, I'm sorry, folks, but I'll work on that. I'm going to play the applause button here for all of our pseudo audience folks out there. All right? All right. So yeah, it's not easy nowadays to try to produce your own. I'll wait till they're done. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. We're going to keep it up. We're going to make great shows. We're going to make a Patreon. You can go ahead and give us money, and we'll get a real speaker and not this crappy thing, and we'll make some things happen that are really cool. There's some conferences coming up. As soon as we hit I'm gonna pull up the analytics a little bit here, and so I'm gonna keep some notes so I can kind of have some semblance of the content that I'm creating and try to tie it in. But last night I was lucky enough to be brought into Chase. Again, Chase Rayner in a way is my mentor in going live and not giving a care in the world about overproducing it. Just go live and create content, share some information, and also entertain. Like, people want to tune in. Maybe they're over there coding, and maybe they're going to hear something. At least they're going to hear about things that they already know about. And much like watching sports, it's kind of something to keep you in the mood. Like, whenever I want to do SEO stuff, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute, I throw on some of Chase's videos and I learn stuff. But he's also about lately he's been talking to us about niching down or niching down, or what is your niche? And Chase doesn't know me very well, but we've had like some interactions, and he probably just thinks about me as the guy who's all over the board. He probably thinks about me as someone who has too many Facebook groups and doing too many things and just to be known as one thing. Now, all of us in technology, especially as the longer you're in it, you become more of a generalist. You pick up skills. Like, how did I learn SEO? By being part of multi-billion-dollar companies' rebranding initiatives. And they always have to do what? Redo multi-thousand page website. There's a copywriter full-time involved. There's coders involved. And as a senior web producer and technical architect and coder and SEO and copyright reader, if you get involved in this stuff, you learn. And so my very first job in the industry, long time ago, was building small one-pagers and doing a little bit of SEO keywords sold when you do that one-pager. And that's how I cut my teeth on the web many, come back in 10 minutes, many years ago. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and tout that I've been on the web since the beginning. I remember people walking into the desktop publishing firm I was at and saying that they had a floppy disk with a website on it, and like, what's that? You know, I heard something about that. So I've been in the game for a long time, and that doesn't mean that my stuff is old. I mean, that's why I'm on the ReactJS hook. That's why I'm into some of the newer stuff. And it's important to keep reinventing ourselves, but that doesn't mean you forget the old, and the old still matters. The infrastructure of the web, not to get too carried away. You know, you learn SEO and you do it over and over, you'll know some core, but nowadays there's new tools, and again, go to Rainer's, you can go to Chase Rainer on YouTube and you'll get a lot of free videos. The reason why I'm bringing him up now, and let's try to stay on subject, is that I'm going to be tying in a series of things where I build the ReactJSLive.com website in React, but I'm going to probably use something like Next.js. Haven't made up my mind. Maybe I'll put a voting poll out there. And I'm going to also make it with server-side rendering. That's why Next.js. There's other solutions and opportunities to do that, but we want to build single-page applications in React that are also SEO capable, search engine optimization indexable. And I'm not going to say you get it all right out of the box, but there's quite a bit there when working with Next.js, and I'm learning a bit. I do have something I've started called the Stream theme that I'm going to put on ThemeForest. It's a learning path, and I've really enjoyed working with Next.js, which is a ReactJS framework solution. It's got hot reloading. It's got a cool little CLI, and I'm just going to keep telling everybody out there, I don't care if I'm the best person at React in the world. I'm always going to say, I'm not very good at React. And I'm not. I know where my soft points are. I kind of know what I don't know. But when you've been building web applications and doing JavaScript, come here, boy, and you've been doing JavaScript for as long as I have, I'm not here to tout one method over another, or I forgot to use this array method, or exactly how does that operator work. I'm here to say that it's much bigger than that, where we want to build web applications that are bug-free. We want to make nice stuff. We want to make our clients and our team members happy that we're able to solve problems and produce a high-quality product. So that being said, you guys will see in some of the videos where we do live code conversations on ReactJS Live that we will have at least one or two people involved in shared coding. Look, this is my opinion, and this is why we're driving the channel. There is no end to going on YouTube and finding one person coding one solution for 15 minutes to 5 hours, and we all who are in development are going to learn that way. But in some classroom settings, they're a little more interactive, aren't they? Or in some classroom settings, the teacher or teachers or the TA and the teacher, they're a little more interesting. So you're going to learn more. Whereas like when you go and you watch somebody's videos and they're like, hey, how are you doing? I'm such and such, and today we're going to learn React, and React is a library. I fall asleep within no more than 20 seconds. No, in a very short period of time, I tune out, and because I'm on this machine that has multi-dimensional access to everything else, it's very hard to sit down and just tune in and say, okay, I'm going to learn this gentleman or this person's React stuff. So now I'm just babbling, but I'm saying that we produced a video, and I'll show you on ReactJS Live. So it's youtube.com, and I'm so proud of the fact that our channel is only 30 days old, and the growth that we've seen is just phenomenal. So let's see, if I could type, ReactJS Live. And cross your fingers it works, but we just got it because we'd hit a certain threshold. So 515 subscribers, thank you guys very much. All of you guys on all the technology channels and all the places that we've been pushing it, I'm certainly appreciative of the growth that we're seeing. And in the beginning, it was just like, hey, make content and kick up the algorithms and get people to do us a favor and subscribe. But now we're growing, and we're actually making better content. So if you see here, updating Mario's code base with Node Express, and let's take a look. And we'll take a look at this video a little bit, and I'll pop in and out of what we're working on. So check it. I want everybody in our technology groups to feel like that they have a platform to go live, and this is not about who knows what is the best. This is about telling your story, saying like, I'm the best at X, and now I'm going to do Y. I am here to learn React, and this is what I know today, and I'm not afraid to ask a question. There's ones we're going to review all the time. Like, I feel like every week we could have a show just to talk about closures and say, can you show me yet another example of when we use inner methods and why we don't have private variables in JavaScript, but why would you want to protect the variables and how can you do it? And can you show me yet another trick and an implementation, like an actual use of it? And you're always going to learn. And if you take a few weeks off from looking at closures, maybe you have a vacation, maybe you're working on some other project, maybe you're doing database for a month, and you come back and you haven't looked at closures for a while, my point is that it's good to just kind of revisit some of the technical stuff. So moving right along, what was my point? I have no point, is that we've got an awesome show going on here that's growing. And it's folks like you who are going to be able to come on. And if you need a refresher, or you used to write regex from your mind, or you can write the FizzBuzz application without looking, good for you. That's good. If there's some areas you want to touch on, don't be nervous to bring it up. And that's why I'm going to be your advocate. So then when we go live, like the other day, we went live on this one here, updating Mario's code base with Node Express and API and artificial galaxies, and Matt dropped by. Like, I'm not going to sit around and pre-produce our content like these other guys do who are like, today it's Node Express with the full MERN stack, and today you're going to learn this. That's great. There's no ends of the courseware you can get out there. There's no end to React versus Vue videos or how to make a React app. We'll do all that. We'll have a little playlist where we put some of those in there because Chase gave me some really good advice. And if you stick around through this video, I'll show you in a minute what his video said, what we should be doing. So I'll need your guys' help. Whether you make these videos or I make them, they're going to end up on a web page called ReactJSLive.com. Okay, ReactJSLive.com. Take two, ReactJSLive.com. It's a brand new website. And what I'm excited about this website is this Chase told me, hey man, hey bro, you need to niche down. And when you got to niche down, that means focus in on what are you going to be known for. So I told him on this live, he had me on last night as a guest and I got the chance to talk. And, there's some industry titans, Chase and Ruan, got to talking about SEO and everybody's logged on and they're listening. Chase got 20,000 subscribers here, 20,000 subscribers there, and he really knows what he's talking about with this stuff. And I love his style of just delivering it raw, but he's got his opinions. And when you got someone who's senior in what they're doing, there's always multiple opinions that kind of assemble the truth, your truth versus their truth, and then the reality of it. So Chase was kind of like saying, from his perspective, it looked like I was doing a lot of things, but he helped me understand that, hey, guess what? What do you want to be known for? So in 2020, I want people to be like, hey, Chad Collins, he's that crazy web guy. He's got that ReactJS live show. He is one of the hosts. He's the lead host and the founder of the channel. But that doesn't mean that I won't have other hosts come on the station, on the channel, and I'll need some time off too. And I have guests and I have co-hosts. I talk about a lot of them. These are folks that have been with us with our React group from the beginning, which we've now changed the URL to, guess what? ReactJS Live. So on YouTube, we are youtube.com/c/ReactJS Live. On Facebook, we are facebook.com/group/ReactJS Live. Real easy to remember and real easy to market. And then on the web, we are reactjslive.com. So we're going to see, I'm getting some Discord beeps here. Let me see what's going on. Looks like Brian's hit me up. What's up, Brian? I don't know if you're watching or not, but I'm going to close out the tab so the audio stops pinging me for a second. And then I'll come back and check that message in a minute. So look, okay, so here's Chase's video. And at about 29 minutes, he sort of brings me in through Discord and we start talking. He's like, "What are you working on?" Now he's gonna say some things that really hurt my feelings. No, I'm kidding. Chase, you really hurt my feelings. I know you're not watching this video, and I know you subscribed to my channel last night, so that made me super happy. Um, but check it, guys. If you like being competitive, if you want to help me and the channels compete, then take what Chase says to heart. And he basically says, "Chad, what do you want to be known as? What do I want to be? The host of ReactJS Live." And I don't care if like if every React person out there wants to build better channels, better content, whatever, we're gonna have quality and we're gonna have some great videos, and everyone is invited to come and talk React, even if you just heard about ReactJS today. And Chase knows nothing about it. So it's a very competitive keyword, and you're going to see that in the video here. And you've stuck around this long, so you're going to get a chance to hear more about it. So let's check it out. Hopefully, I'm giving you tidbits of information that help you that stick around, because videos need to have that sort of cadence, and I want to build that up. So just from the top down, I want us to have the Facebook group. That's what I set up. I wanted to get out of the groups that had all the spam and moderate better. We have that with our almost 3,000 person, 2,800 person React.js group, and there's a lot of people in there ready to come on and become guests, and eventually maybe even hosts if depending on if they want or how they do. So back over here, Chase. Let's see what he's bringing me in now. The audio is going to be a little bit low, so I'll try to pump it up.
All right, should we do a tutorial on how much people should pay for an SEO audit?
Yeah.
Chad says he wants to niche down. Chad, you're literally in video in Discord, and you're typing in chat. Like, look at this. Come on.
I don't know. Am I allowed to talk?
What's up, dude?
I'm gonna make some coffee while we play this. Well, I wasn't sure, man. I mean, my dogs are barking in the back, so I muted. What's up, everybody? What's up, Chase?
What's good, bro?
What's up?
I got questions. Who's talking to me, Chase? Who's that? What's up, man?
We got some people from the program.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's use some aliases. All right. Well, I got a question when good.
It's all good,
Right
man.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
ask it.
Okay, all right, check it. So I've been copying this guy Chase Rayner and about going live on YouTube, and I have like 4 or 5 technology groups on Facebook that are growing every day, like 10 to 30 new users. Chase knows one of them, probably I got a React group, whatever. So I want to eventually monetize that and start doing advertising on YouTube, and I'm going to put out a website. So any tips around just like, because I just Googled like ReactJS blog just now, and I saw like a site. So I'm about ready to start building the site. So any tips on that, Chase? Like, what do you guys think? Is that niching down?
Wait, so what are you doing? You're building a site?
Well, I haven't yet built a website, but I have 5. So now that you see why I'm creating lengthy content, and I'm going to chop these videos down. So when we think about creating a website, the full gamut, the full stack, the database has to be fast. The website application has to be performant on the client. It has to be secure. It needs to be indexable and correctly search engine optimized. You need a lot of things. And so when you go live on someone like Chase's channel and he's talking about SEO, he's going to be single-minded about what it is you need to be doing and focusing on. So he gives us some really key information here using a tool called Ahrefs. And what that does is, and you could probably get this out of Moz, I could probably pull up the tool, but I'm not really claiming to be the SEO guy. Chase is the SEO guy. And if you need an audit, go talk to him about your SEO. I mean, whoever's watching this, tell your program manager, product manager, next project, hey, have Chase Rayner do an audit on our site, or give us a proposal to do the full gamut. So I really respect what he's doing and what he gives to the community. It's so much so that I'm on his show late night just talking about what we're doing over here. Now, Chase is going to say some things here that sound a little bit like do something else than what we're doing. And I get that. So we're going to learn some stuff here. Let's pay attention. I'll pay attention. Technology Facebook groups that have thousands of people in them.
What are you doing with all these Facebook groups?
Well, I mean, they're primarily around like development. Like one's like ReactJS. The other is JavaScript. And there's just like tons of enthusiasts. So I've been putting on a live show on my ReactJS channel on YouTube, again called Mr. Rainer himself. Here. And we've had some good shows, and I've been doing it with like kind of like what you're doing now, but we write code and we talk about it. So I'm starting to get into the algorithms on Google, on YouTube. I don't know YouTube. I don't know a ton about YouTube. I read a little, but I get rich. Hey! Oh, we had a dogfight. Okay, you guys got to get out. I'm not ready to build a site, and I just literally Googled. Nano, what's your problem? Nano, get out. They get so jealous. I got two little excitable doggies. All right, I'm all over the road, and I got my two smaller dogs getting in a little tussle. So that's real TV. That's live TV. So, okay, premise. Making content here live. Then sharing yourself to the world, right? As part of self-marketing. No one has time nowadays to go produce a bunch of video, pre-think what they're going to say, can it perfectly, then produce it, then go do it, then put it on a web page, and then hope, right? So nowadays we share live, and it's like, this is what's going on. And then later on, I'll go back and look at some of the content, and I'll cut down to like basically commercials or content that's heavy enough. So when we think about web pages, like a React component in the pages directory, like if we're talking Next.js, that component, let's say we had one that was about SEO. It's like React.js Live, section SEO and server-side rendering, which is the technical term for how you're going to do server-side rendering with a client-side based solution like React. So in that component, we're going to write some content that's the SEO way. We have an H2 title tag. All the images have alt tags. There's plenty of copy in there. Everything's really interesting. Users want to engage. There's click to actions. There's call to actions. There's a way for people to comment at the bottom to drive engagement. All of those things are going to shake the tree on the Google bot and the indexes in Google so that your stuff comes to the top. So the genesis of creating ReactJSLive.com is that you're literally here to see it being created live. Like, it is here. Like, today is the day we bought it. Today is the day last night was the night that we talked about it. So there's no rankings. And today is the day that you saw my two little dogs, Nano and Bandit, getting a little bit of annoying at each other because like one's in my lap and the other one's not. So they're spunky little guys. So anyways, you guys know me. I'm all over the board, according to Chase. Chase, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're not watching this. You like watching other folks, but one of these days you will be a watcher. And the thing is I got this dog rescue, and on our property we've got quite a couple dozen that we care for. And it keeps me grounded, it keeps me focused, and I need to get my coffee. And when I get back, we're going to watch the rest of this video. So there's a couple titans on here, Chase and Ruan, and I'm honored to be in the same video feed and talking with them. So right after this, it kind of switches over there. And Chase asked some really smart questions, so just stay tuned, and I'll just go ahead and press play so we can watch through this.
Do you have Ahrefs?
I do not have Ahrefs.
Okay, so if you were to like summarize what somebody wanted to know you as in like one sentence, what would you say?
Great question. I would say people call me Chad.com, so I guess it's like I've been in the web 20 years. So I guess what I'm targeting is like React.js. I want to do a React.js channel, so I guess like the host of ReactJS Live.
Okay, and how competitive are those keywords to rank for?
Well, they're probably pretty. I don't know.
You don't even know.
I don't know.
Oh my God, Chad, come on.
I don't even know. I'm on the development side a lot, and I built a lot of sites. But I would say that they're competitive for people who like type and make perfect stuff. I want to do stuff where people just get on and curse and just kind of like make code live, and I feel like it's its own thing. We like to curse. What is this shit? Content really on YouTube.
Okay, so would you say you're a competitive person?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then who's your competition?
Nerds. Like if you go on YouTube,
I'm a nerd.
ReactJS, it's like the dude
No.
sleep in 2 minutes.
I'm not talking about nerds. I'm talking about like the exact.
It's good to be a
person.
nerd.
What is
Nerds make
he
a lot
doing?
of money.
Or what is she doing? Like,
Okay, this guy named Moss on No disrespect to Mosh. Right now, but I'll leave your YouTube. But like Mosh, he makes amazing tutorials.
Because
Yeah.
it should be on the top of your head. Like, all right, this guy's doing this many blog posts. This guy's doing this many videos. This is the layout. This is the audience he has. Like, it should be something that you can like sleep about, like, or like you think about like while you're sleeping, because if you're not continually trying to beat this person, then you're just like kind of sitting there and you're like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do it my own way. And if you're only trying to beat yourself, you like it's gonna be impossible because you're not gonna be able to see your own stuff. Like you can't just like beat what Chad's doing because you don't have the ability. Most people don't have the ability to be able to like see their own progress. Like it's like you need somebody else to kind of show it for you. So
Like a benchmark.
right. So that's why it's so important to take what somebody else is doing and try to get to their level and then improve.
Okay. So I am, and like I've so like this guy, like for instance, I'm not on their level yet, right? But this guy Mosh, if you type in Mosh ReactJS, some of his stuff has 1.5 million views. But I'm surprised because some of the videos we just got up now have, like as of yesterday, 2,500 views, and I'm okay. So guys, what does this have to do with React.js? Well, when you code React and you do the SSR stuff, you're going to end up in being involved with the SEO team, or the marketing team might be external, and they're going to throw stuff over the fence. It's going to help things a lot if you kind of understand the picture. But also, if you want to be part of the React.js live story, which you're all welcome to come on, just like I'm part of Chase's story now, up on his video, a moderator in his group. We are all putting ourselves out there on a platform for a number of reasons. Why is it that people go on YouTube and put out free YouTube tutorials? Well, the ones that are paid like Mosh, clearly it's a living and he's helping people, and that's great. But there's independent folks, like I guess I would do one, or someone from my React group would do one, and they all do them. They want the people they hire to automatically see that you're skilled and that you're knowledgeable and that how you sound and how you work and that you stand out. So at the basal level, people are putting out these tutorials, yes, to help people, but to more like show a dynamic live resume. Okay? So I'll say that again. Nowadays, people are going live because they want to show this new school thing called, and I just made it up, a dynamic live resume. Okay? That's why so many people consider, hey, I think I'm going to do a tutorial on how to build a blog, a to-do app, a blah, a blah. And it's everybody's, I mean, there's just no end to this stuff. And is that really going to make you stand out? No. Will it get you in the door with a line with 10 other people instead of not being in the door? Probably. But if you sent a resume, which I'm going to make a resume specific video where I go to put, because I want to pick up some React clients for my agency. I want to do some contract work. So I'm thinking that I'll probably redo my resume. And I'm literally going to make a resume that's keyword focused. And at the top of my resume is going to be a screenshot of my video about the making of my resume and who I am and what I know about React. And by the time that's ready, I'll be a lot stronger with hooks. I'll be a lot stronger with the use state hook and understanding how to make the full stack application with Next.js and React. And I've got a lot of React friends, so they're going to automatically know, guess what? If we hire this guy in his team, he's a good talker. He cares about the stuff. He knows CSS, JavaScript, and HTML. He's got a lot of experience building this stuff. He's intermediate with React, but he's getting better every day. And guess what? If he has a question, he's got a lot of resources. So that's what React.js Live is. It's a resource for all of us to just talk React and get to know people and network. That's why I don't have the open floodgate on our React.js group where it's like anybody can just come in and become a member, especially if they're a spammer or they're not going to contribute or at least give someone a like or an applause when they put a little something out there. That's why whenever someone does post a video, an independent in our group that they self-produced, I pin it to the top because I know that they're really going that extra mile and they're creating this thing called the dynamic live resume. And Noe, who helps a lot with our coordination and stuff and setting up the studio, every time I say that, I think of that Dave Chappelle video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's move on. But yeah, I think of the dynamic live resume, and I think it's a really important feature for where we are. And I can think of like Idris from our React channel. He put out a 3 multi-part series for Mern. And in fact, let's give a little shout out to some folks over there and pause from this video for a minute and see what we can do. This is going to be a long video, right? And personally, I'll tag this as like, sort of like a what's up with the channel, what's up with what we're doing type of thing, because I really like the live conversations. You know how I know it's going to be amazing? Because all of a sudden, all the other Facebook groups are going to start offering live stuff on YouTube, all the JS ones for the React and all that. And a lot of the channels out there on YouTube are going to start copying this because there's an in-between that we're all missing, guys. When you go on YouTube and you type ReactJS and you're bombarded by 5 hours of video where it's one person like, and then you click on this, and then you set the variable, and then you scope this into, it's like, it's got to be there. Thank God it's there. We're all learning. But who doesn't also want a vlogcast kind of style where they can see real people doing it for real? Because every time I'm so sick of seeing a video where the person is just copying code from another screen and they're looking like they're genius, like I walk away with low self-esteem every time because I don't have all the stuff apparently memorized that they do. And they're not doing it on purpose. They're doing it for efficiency's sake. But sometimes we just want to see real TV and we want to see some real developers coding. So again, just a little bit of a highlight of what that looks like. If you go over to ReactJS Live on YouTube, check it out. It's like when it rains outside, your knee starts to hurt. When I do this shit, like my left eye starts twitching. I know that I'm like, I shouldn't do this. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best with React, but I certainly am the best at putting together an entire production. And what is the best with React? I mean, my stuff's going to compile. It's going to be code free, bug free, and it's going to be amazing. And that's what I care about. Like there's still a lot I need to learn. So in 2020, I'm going to go from middle tier, but somewhere between beginner and intermediate, and I'm going to hit intermediate. And right when I hit intermediate, I'm going to be moving up to expert. And you know how I know I'm going to be expert? Is because all you cool guys that have joined our group, our ReactJS group, most of you have selected whether you're beginner, intermediate, or expert. And by the time I make it to expert, anybody who comes into the group is going to be like, I'm beginner, I'm scared. Some even say that they want to go on the show. Come on. Because like only a year ago, I started really checking out React. And a year prior to that, we did just like a couple little UI things. But it's a journey. So I'm so honored to know that we've got some of the brain power we have in our group. And I'm here to help produce it and also learn. And now you know my drivers. So here's Mario, someone I've worked with a long time. My audio is a little loud, so npm install. You can just do it like that, eh? What the? Look, I'm wearing the same shirt, but this is clean. I promise. We've since washed. My buddy.
Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. All right, Janice.
Well, I just think that we haven't. Who's Janice? Do we have someone watching us?
No.
It's a joke.
It's an old commercial. I have to send you the link for.
I was this many years old when I realized that I'm older than your son. So look, I don't expect people to dial in and watch us 2 hours just code, but like I said, we're creating raw content, and there's some really cool stuff. Like later on in the video, Matt pops in, and he gives us an overview of using hooks, because I was using classes, and that's an important state of where we are today. People are going to migrate their apps. Some people are saying, are classes in React deprecated? Are they quietly being deprecated? You talk to another person who's really knowledgeable, like Victoria French, and she's like, they're not going anywhere. You talk to some other people that work on large code bases, and you do the research, and they've got so much jQuery embedded that they're not going to rip it out. So they really are looking at interop with React, and what does that mean? And like a lot of this stuff sounds so taboo, but it's the reality of where we are in the web. And I am not a jQuery advocate, but I'm not a naysayer either. When people call jQuery legacy, I try to say, hey, go open that door over there and walk into the team's room, and they are still having to write jQuery code. They are still supporting a system with jQuery. jQuery has a 77% footprint on the web. And I just want to warn everybody out there, and jQuery is dead land, go all React. Yeah, go to React. New builds, yes, build React, go for it, or Vue, or Angular. It's up to you. Choose your stack. And yes, I mean, don't count jQuery out. If they figure out how to use a virtual DOM, which may not be possible, but they could do React-like stuff. I just watched an article the other day. They have such a ubiquitous footprint that if you can, I mean, maybe they're going to die. But look what happened with PHP. Everybody's like, PHP's dead. years ago, don't put that on your resume, you'll never get hired. And it was like, are you sure? Because PHP has been around a long time and there's a lot of example code and good documentation. Well, it's just not as performant, it's not fully object oriented. Whatever the excuses were, they're like, go Python, go Python. Well, I got into Python Flask. I went to build a CMS, and what's installed 33% of the web, and now I'm off track? WordPress. It's in PHP. You go to the index.php page on Facebook, guess what? PHP. I think I saw something where React was inspired by something done in PHP. I don't know. I don't even want to say that part. Let's just delete that. Time check, cut that last part. But I mean, it's like, call it legacy, but it's also still in the web and still widely used. All of them. So as we add React to the mix, over the next decade, its footprint is going to be deep too. One time I was teaching in one of my classes, I've been an instructor a few times in my career, and I had the audacity to say that, because we were teaching Perl, which was supposed to be the savior of the web, CGI bin, Perl, and it was so much better than everything else. And it didn't end up winning, did it? PHP ended up winning because it was easy to use, better documentation, had a templating language built into it. What was my point? I yelled out in the class as a teacher that COBOL was dead. And there was a math teacher in there who'd been writing it for a long, long, long time. And he said, I think I want to tell you that at my work, where I work with 200 developers, we still write it. We still write it every day. And it's not dead. And there's even, and so we Googled it, and there was some updates. So now I'm off track. What am I doing on this video but telling you that we've renamed, or final named, because we got the alias just the other day for our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/c/ReactJS Live. And here in 2019, I wanted to wear my best hat that my dog just chewed up last night, my studio before it's being upgraded, and my best heartfelt welcome to our new name and all the people that keep joining our groups, that we are different. Doesn't mean we're better or worse than any other groups out there, but we are different in such a way that we are going to go live and have what we call live code conversations, and everyone watching this is welcome to participate. So there'll be times coming up where I open up a series, and basically the Zoom account that we have can have up to 999 participants. I don't think we can have that many people in at once, but we're going to welcome in, like in this video, we got 3 people. If you take a look here, we got Mario, we got Matt, and we got myself. And what I love about this is that this is what I'm talking about. When you go on YouTube and you're like, I want to learn something, does it always have to be so hermetically sealed? Does it always have to be like this guy's perfect code window and him like they're typing, or her perfect, and everything's perfect, and you're sitting there taking information in? Like sometimes we need like a break, like a joke or two, or someone to see someone actually mess up. And I don't mean just like a backspace. I mean, like, we go live, and I learned this from Mr. Chase Rayner. He sometimes goes live and just tries to do stuff. And so we were doing some research for some diagram stuff on here. Then we got Matt on the line, and it's like, hey, help us upgrade this legacy code, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript app, just a little UI form for his project, for Mario's project, and we bring it into React. So I recommend checking out this show, this particular episode. Again, don't judge too hard. We're not producing right now, but as we get more views and more subscribers, we are definitely going to start to plan stuff in advance a little bit. And we will probably sometimes pre-record before we go live and cut some stuff down so that we can give you the real meat of it. Or we'll do the whole thing live and put it up, but then we'll say, hey, if you don't want to watch for 2 hours and just listen to me babble in the background and tell bad jokes with Mario, we got the edited version, which will be down about 30 minutes or 21 minutes, so you can get the best chunks of it and actually learn with the folks involved. So what we're doing with ReactJS Live, guys, is we use Zoom, and we make it so you change your settings in Zoom so you can use your dual screens, and you can share your desktop and your other monitor too. And what that gives you is a chance that, like, when I'm coding, I'm looking at one screen and you're looking at another screen, and then we're swapped. Like, I can see yours and you can see mine. And because of Zoom and because of OBS streaming, I'm able to stream both my screens which has yours on it and mine on it over OBS. And when we've done it with 3 people now, and what that's going to do is you're going to see people coding together. You're going to see collaboration. You're going to see. I wanted to say pair programming, and now I'm just babbling. I love babbling, but paired programming with like 2 developers. But we're going to go to 3, maybe even 4, and we'll pick up an application and be like, all right, let's make something with. We've never looked at this framework before for React. Let's make a to-do app. Let's go. Who wants to do database? Who wants to do the about page? Who wants to do the main detail page? Who wants to do the list page, the components? And we all just start coding and sharing a central GitHub. And so that's what we did on this video. And this was a milestone for me to help produce, guys. It was something that I wanted to encode into video live on our channel so that it's there when we look back later, when we are the ones who have, all of us have helped build ReactJS Live to be a powerhouse of its own. You know, I'm not going to hide it. It's like at some point I'm going to go to the same recruiters that come to us to try to toss us over the wall and make a little money. I'm going to say, well, why don't you go ahead and advertise on our group or antivirus that's popping up. It's like, hey, you want to buy this or a video game that I like that I would say, hey, maybe these guys will advertise in our channel. I'll monetize that way. And sure, the money will come into our group and we'll use it to offer better videos and better content and just be awesome. But what I want to say is that our success generated by your views, helping us get to our 4,000 hour mark. I mean, gosh, only 30 days ago we had 0 subscribers and now we're at 5 something. And that's thanks to your guys' help. And it's not hard to do. Just smash that like button, like right here, smash that like button, click like, and it helps us. Share the video. Go save a playlist on your channel. Like any little thing you do. Watch our content. You know, right now we're at 500 hours, and since this is the ReactJS Live, we got the domain name, we got the name on YouTube, we've got the audience, we got the Facebook groups, we've got the people excited about it, including me, obviously. Let's take a look at the analytics. So I guess I just want to update what we're working on here. I'll just put this away for right now. And let me go put the video back over on the other side. I think we've had enough time checking out Chase's video, but maybe we'll go back to that. All right, so here, let's see how we're doing. I go to see. I don't know about you, but I joined Facebook and all those groups so that in my feed I'm getting pushed information of what's important, what's going on in React Native. Oh, there's a new update. Oh, this guy's working on this code. This girl wants some help on that. Oh, that's interesting. And then I got spam. So then I started my own groups. I'm like, okay, we're going to get people in who we approve their posts so they're not spammers, and we're going to sort of learn information. But it's so two-dimensionally static that we need to incorporate video. Because who isn't sick of like the greatest post ever about X with React? And you're like, okay, I'll start reading it. I see the code. Okay, I learned something. I better bookmark that. Then you forget where it is. Oh, it's on that wall somewhere. Man, like we need two-dimensional information, but video is going to make it also kind of like fun to watch. Like why do we watch Netflix so much? Why do we binge watch Netflix? Because there's topics on there that we like and they produce it for us. So tonight on React. No, I'm kidding. I got that joke from Victoria. Come here, boy. Leave it alone. So back over here, all over the road, and I don't care. This is Mr. Chase Rayner style. We did we can see that Matt is coding and Mario and I are telling bad jokes. And I'm playing with my dog. Take a look. Right here.
You can use this here.
So this was our first effort at it. And then now that we've all got the GitHubs dialed in, it won't be 2 folks just sitting there watching him code. It's going to be 2 or 3 folks also coding, and we'll see their screens too. That was my point about using Zoom. And come on, boy, get down. That was my point about using Zoom and OBS, and then we push everything out over Restream. So I'm sharing with you guys because we're in the information currency age. That if our channel was just about ReactJS, then you might as well go back over and watch all those static tutorials and learn React that way, and just you're really isolated. A dream of mine would be to have some of the greats in React tutorials come and be on our channel. Like we're not in competition. If I would love to have them host them, and maybe we will. Maybe we'll get some React experts that you've heard of. But you guys are React experts, so you're out there in our audience land. You come on the channel, and I'll host you. We've been doing them a lot of them on the weekends now. And let's see here. Where was I on my point? We're gonna check out. You know, I hate it. You can't right click and open the tab. We're gonna check out our. Look at Mario's face. I love you, Mario. If you're ever watching this part. Okay, 516 subscribers. Let's go to YouTube Studio. And that was my point about that long diatribe is that I share this screenshot with you guys, and it got 12 likes. 2 of them are mine, so I shouldn't. You okay, bud? You shivering? It's a little cold in here. Come here, Bandit. You want to come up here? Okay, this is Bandit. We're going to name Bandit, rename him to ReactJS Live Bandit, okay? That's a good boy. One of the boys that we rescued in the property here. He's a good boy. Let's take a look at our analyticals. 6,000 views. So if I was to look at the trend, like it was just, oh, you're very cold. It was just a few days ago that we were down around a few hundred views, and then 1,000. We got to 1,000, and then all of a sudden we started having these spikes. We put good content together, and I started asking you guys, hey, can you like literally throw our video all button, click that, and just let it play. You know, put it in your back room over there, put the audio up or down, I don't care, but get us the watch time because. Right here, we have watch time of 484 hours. And just, my goodness, I mean, it wasn't but 2 days ago, we were at 100, 2 or 3 days ago. And now we're at 500. And when we get to 4,000 watch hours, which if this keeps up, it's going to be, well, I don't know. I mean, I could just guess. If this trend continues where we basically hit 400 watch hours in 1 week, but it picks up a little, let's say 500 a week, we need to get to 4,000. This is me really bad at math. So 5 times 4, we're going to be at about 2,000 hours in a month. So in about 60 days, we will have the 4,000 needed hours. So it's a milestone. I mean, so many people have 500 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers, but I mean, a lot of people have like 1,000 subscribers and maybe they got the 4,000 hour watch hours, but their videos get like a couple hundred views, maybe max. And that's good. They're getting some growth, but they're not going to make any money. Now, is it about making money? No, but it's a sign of success. It means that you're putting out good content, that you've done good SEO, which is why part of the reason why we got the .com. Because in Chase's video, he basically said, let's go here. I've been shying away from it because he kind of weighs in a little bit and saying, don't do what you're doing, Chad, but we're going to keep doing it anyways. Listen. I'm like, all right, but I'm going to carve out a niche. He does tutorials and puts them out on like talking about Mosh, which is something I could do later, but I want to literally just put up a channel where we just bullshit about tech, and we already are doing it. I have a team of about 6 people, and then I drag in dudes from my, 5,000 person collection of tech groups. I'm like, hey, you want to go live and have a live conversation?
But wait. Is this something that you've seen working for other people, or is this just your own idea?
I think it's an iteration of what I've seen on podcasts do, where they have like partners, and I know that it's like, look, in this industry, yes, it is new. In this industry, it's super boring if you go on YouTube and you type in ReactJS.
But then why are there so many views on this channel?
This guy he's a hero. I guess he got people spamming his courseware all over Facebook.
I think people watch it. I think, honestly, like, the thing is you don't want to be the innovator. You don't want to create the new idea unless you're in this guy's position.
And look, I got to stop here and give a shout out to Mosh, okay? I would love to have him on ReactJS Live. It may take us a little bit of time to build up authority where he'd be interested, and you guys can help do that. And you can look at your family member or whoever you're hanging out with, your coding coworker, and say, look, I was part of this channel in the early days. I helped watch a bunch of content to get the hours up. I helped like and subscribe, and I smashed that like button. And because I like Mosh too. He's really good to listen to. I don't want to disrespect and say that I don't mind that he's pushing his stuff out all over Facebook, but a lot of times I personally wanted to make our group so that the content is accessible and there's no paywall. Like there's plenty of advertising in the world that we're in, and we know who he is, and he's all over YouTube. And Facebook is like supposed to be a place for groups. Groups are about one-on-one networking or like mini stars in our sky, where it's like, dude, good job on that code and talk. And when we started the ReactJS group, that was where we were really at. And then I kind of let the ball drop and didn't put some posts up for about a month while I was working on some other stuff. But we're bringing that back. And if you're watching this and you're on the ReactJS channel, share a good post, not commercial related, something that you're working through that helped you. And if you do add good content, I click the pre-approval button, and then you can share and post all you want in our group, as long as it's not about making somebody else $20. Like affiliate marketing is great, but I let every person know, if you want to advertise in our ReactJS group, I'll even do it for $1. Pay us $1, and you can put your ad right up on our banner for a short period of time, and you've given our group the respect. We wouldn't want to have a group hanging out down at the burger shop where there's 20 of us, and someone just kind of run in and be like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, while we're doing our stuff and learning from each other. No. But as a group, if someone comes and sponsors us, and then the sponsor helps the group get more resources and be even more awesome, then we will tolerate a little bit of advertising. It's just, give to get kind of a thing. And I know people think Facebook's all free and everything, but Facebook is advertising to us. So our group, our ReactJS live group, was born on Facebook. It's now growing up onto YouTube. And one of these days, you'll see it at a conference. And you'll be like, hey, that's that ReactJS Live. Is that the same ReactJS Live? Yeah, it's reactjslive.com. And so that's what a group is. A group is like my folks on Discord, like Brian and Victoria and Ivan, who's been coding like crazy, and Kawant and Mario and Matt and Narendra is now going to join us. That's a group, right? It doesn't matter if it's on Discord group or Facebook, and we're enthused about ReactJS. So let's get back on point and watch this video.
You want to take what this person's already doing well and try to replicate it, and then try to improve it. If you come in, and I've done this countless times, if you come in and you come out with some new idea that you think is going to work really well and it's just really cool and you think it's like awesome, generally it might do well for the first couple weeks or something, but most of the time it doesn't end up being like a sustainable strategy. And the reason why I say this is because I've done this. Whenever you try to be unique and you're like at the bottom tier, like let's say you're like, you don't even have any authority, you have no rankings, you don't have anything, then most people are not going to pay attention to you. Like, you're just going to have a bunch of people come on. Maybe you'll get some success on randomly. But normally what you want to do is you want to take what people...
Okay, so what Chase is saying, and I got my video like swapped over, so it's like, it looks like I'm looking away, but I'm looking at the stuff. Chase gives some really good advice here. And of course, we all want to be known a certain way, and we want to walk out into the world as authorities. He's about to give me advice and say, look, you should go do these same things that we've all heard and produce this content and make it 1% better. Hey, come here, boy. So just pay attention to that advice, because when we're talking to industry kings in their specific silo, we want to listen to their advice before we give our advice. So I'm trying to put my listening ears on here when I talk to him. And I don't think he knows enough about what I am doing with our tech groups, what we are doing together, that they're sort of united. They are linked together. There's people who are in our group in multiple locations, like the Electron group and the React group and the JavaScript group and the Node group. So you're members of all the groups. Thank you. So let's take a look. Here comes the SEO advice.
People are already doing really well, and try to beat those people first. You want to try to replicate what they're doing. Once you beat them, then you can start innovating. But like, it's never usually the way around. Like, you never see some brand new person come in with like some new thing and like, I mean, you do, but it's very rare. It's like 1% chance that it'll work. It's always the top people that are the ones that are making all the progress, usually, like with some sort of new innovative idea. That's my opinion.
So yeah, I'm not trying to do an innovative idea. I mean, video is in place. Everybody's using Zoom. There's tons of tutorials. What I'm doing that's innovative maybe is I want to give us all a platform to talk about React because I am the kind of person when something doesn't exist or I don't have control over it the way I think it should be handled, I'm gonna create it. So I'm a content creator, and that's what's up. So we're not gonna stop what we're doing.
I mean, you'll see success stories everywhere. You'll see like people like, you know, oh, I did this one thing and like now it's doing really well and nobody else was doing it. But it's usually like 1% of the people that are like that. Most people who become very successful take what other people are doing very well.
So I'm gonna load up the Boo audio just because I've been wanting to use it, and let me just double click it, but I'll pause it. Okay. I'm going to use that when Chase says some things here, and I hope Chase that he sits through all of this grueling video of me staring into the camera.
They replicate it and then they improve it and then they innovate, not the other way around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I hear you. I think that and I don't want to tie up the airwaves too much with what I've got going, but I am seeing some success. I have a Discord with some guys and gals that are like really enthusiasts in the area, and I'll tell you that my market is saturated with like independents, where everybody's doing the same thing, exactly the same thing. I just realized Chase wasn't even listening to me. Chase, you learn to listen, Chase. I'm gonna remember that. There's never two guys on a live screen doing code, or three guys, or a team coding together. And I'm not saying I'm going to make $1 million on this, but I want to get some ad partners. So primarily, I want to beat the bloggers. Like when you go on Google right now and you type in like ReactJS vlog, like because I would like vlogs. Like if I so Chase does listen. He's just a good multitasker. So and this is getting a little long, but so I just did a quick Google, ReactJS blogs. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put out a website soon. So he's not impressed because it didn't have any keyword rank. It means like no one's searching for it. And just organically move it. I have, like I said, 5 groups that are growing on their own. I'm not doing much other than moderating them.
But bro, there's no searches for that.
And that is when you got someone in his position who knows what he's doing, tells you exactly the point. Is that keyword wouldn't matter. You don't want to rank for that. I don't want to be known for the React.js vlogs guy. He's like, find out what you want to be known for. And I think that's still to be determined a little bit. But we got ReactJSLive.com. There's going to be React.js content. We're going to get an ad sponsored, integrated into the show a little bit, like people are doing nowadays. So it's not so intrusive and it's helpful. So I think, but he's got some good advice coming up here too. Okay.
Like, look, here, I'm not trying to bring you down. This is all.
I'll cry live. I don't care, man.
This is all I'm saying.
That's my joke. I'll cry live.
Like, look, like instead of doing all this crazy shit, just literally take something like React.js, figure out how. Okay, so 37 keyword difficulty. That's gonna be too difficult, because like you want to start out. If you have no authority, you usually want to start out between the 0 to 20 range. The money spot's usually like 8 to like 12. That's.
So now you know that today officially we bought ReactJSLive.com, and I'll probably end up taking a subset of this video and sharing it into Chase's group on Facebook. That's 20,000 folks for Chase to know that the announcement. In fact, I'm going to do that announcement right now. Hey Chase, what's up? It's Chad. Thanks for having me on your show last night. I learned a whole lot, and I got what you were saying about niching down and being focused and keywords that matter. You want to rank for certain keywords. So as a live test to this, as a living test to what we're talking about, what you taught me last night, I went ahead and picked up the domain name reactjslive.com, and then I'm going to use reactjslive.com to start off with no authority, no rank, didn't exist on the web, and I'm going to build the site in React live on my show, but I'm also going to follow your advice and build out the content into the pages for Google the way that you recommended on when we had our talk. That way, when you have me on in the future, I can go ahead and follow some of your advice, build the content, like you said, 1% better. And again, I just want to thank you, Chase. You've been a great mentor for a lot of people, and search engine optimization apparently is still very active. There's authority hacking, and then you're the SEO audit man. So I just hope one day to have my site to such a point where I can get you to actually audit it and give me some tips, and you could be part of that. You were part of the the groundbreaking creation of it. So again, not to over promote it too much, but I've got a Facebook group called facebook.com/groups/ReactJS Live. And then now I've got a YouTube channel called youtube.com/c/ReactJS Live. And I bought the domain name ReactJSLive.com. And Chase, you're the guy who pushed me to go that extra mile. And now I'm on watching a video about you talking live while we're talking, and you give that advice. So thanks again, man. Thumbs up to you. Talk to you soon. Okay, so that's a video clip that I'm going to take, and I'll probably put over into his video. Maybe I'll do that again later too, but let's see what's up.
Those are like the real money keywords when you start out. So let's say like ReactJS for like, I don't know, dummies, or you want to take something that's like something you can niche down to that's not. Is there like a certain angle to this that I can look up? Like,
so what Chase didn't get is he was more excited about having Ruan come on, who's got like 85,000 subscribers on YouTube. His YouTube channel is making about $5,000 a month, but Ruan doesn't really focus a lot on it. He's just making money off AdSense. But from what I understand, if he actually goes get his own ad sponsors, sky's the limit. He could be making a lot more on his high traffic channel. Ruan's got an agency, but he also does like a software as a service for his website development stuff. He doesn't just sell the websites one-off. He runs them as a service, and he's going to have a long-term revenue that way, whereas Chase is doing audits, and it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to do this work for you, and then eventually, we'll part ways. Maybe I'll come back for a tune-up. Boy, get down. So interesting conversations go on after here, and a whole lot of laughs and good times. So again, in the spirit of what Chase has done is the spirit of what we'll be doing in ReactJS Live as well. So among other things, it's a channel. So you can have multiple playlists, you can have sub-channels, you can have multiple guests. I've added people into the YouTube channel who can go live on their own. Right now, someone who's a communications manager, they can also go live in the channels. Right now, it's just mostly me or whoever I'm hosting. So one of these days, it'd be nice if Chase made a cameo on our channel. He told me he would, but let's get some growth going on ReactJS Live, and then maybe we can get him to come over and do a live SEO audit in front of our audience. It may take a little while. It may take 3 weeks, 6 weeks. Who knows how long it's going to take to rank. And let's see his advice, and then we'll Google it and see who's ranking what. And I'm going to tell you guys, you can help me beat and win some of these keyword phrases. Watch.
Let me see.
I mean, maybe can we query YouTube? Maybe I'm more concerned about YouTube and less about Google.
What do you mean, ReactJS YouTube?
No, I wanna rank on YouTube.
Well, you want to rank on both.
Okay. Hence why I went and bought the domain name this morning, because I had not focused on web. I'd been focusing so much on Facebook. Chase is saying don't bother with Facebook, but he's got a Facebook group of 20K users. Again, I moderate in it. It's called White Hat SEO Starts with an Audit. He changed the name recently. It used to be called White Hat SEO is Dead, and it was kind of edgy, and people got in there. So he's doing it, and he's a member of our JavaScript group. So again, if you're watching this, Chase, which I know you got a lot going on, so you're probably not. But if you ever do, bud, maybe on a rerun, another shout out to you. Let's see. So point is I want to rank on YouTube, but then he's like, also do the web. So here we go with the web. But what we got to realize now is that the gotcha is when we do the ReactJS with server-side rendering with Next.js, we're going to make pages that are components. And in those pages, we're going to make them keyword rich and about 700 words to 1,200 words based on what the tools are saying is the best practice. And we're going to do some of these that he's got up here as phrase matches, like ReactJS tutorial, ReactJS interview questions, what is ReactJS, learn ReactJS, ReactJS example. These are volume, 44,000 for ReactJS, ReactJS tutorial, 14K. He's probably going to recommend that we start off trying to target some of these lower echelon keywords, and as we start to rank up, start to then create content around the higher end, and then at some point your page moves up and you become an authoritative page as well. The pages that I was mentioning, the component pages, when we have a video that goes along with the content and set that into the page, that really adds a lot of weight. You've got an authority website like YouTube, you've got an authority website like Facebook with links driving live traffic over to the page. Over in our groups, I can post the page and say, hey, here's the video of you being interviewed last night, and it's over on ReactJS Live. Go over to the reactjslive.com and click share and share it back to the Facebook. People click on it on Facebook, it takes them back to the website, and that cyclical engagement is going to help us drive up search engine rankings. So this is awesome. I can't wait to incorporate search engine optimization with ReactJS Live and have you guys all be a part of it. And also, every time you click live and smash that like button and subscribe and share and watch, it's really going to help us rocket to the top. Because I've noticed in the algorithms, which we were looking at under the analytics, that one of our channels has really, one of our videos has really taken off, that has gone to like 200 watch hours, and it was just produced last Saturday, and it's only Thursday. And where is that? I think it's this one. Where is it? Welcome new members, live conversations, Mario, and I think it's this one. And when we go to analytics on this, you'll see that it had another spike. It had a couple big spikes because I shared it on Sherry, which is like a big sharing site, and it kicks the algorithm up and they embed your YouTube. So that's a tip for you, is like, if you want to get something that you produced have some views, like how many times have I taken on someone's YouTube channel to do online marketing, and they have amazing video that they produced, literally produced, and it's got 3 views for like 2 months. It happens. What you do is you take them over to social media and you embed them. That's what we do when we share them on Facebook. People click out and it goes back to YouTube and they get a view. You embed them on things like Sherry, and there's people watching all that stuff. You'll kick up the algorithm, and then from there, you do it at a couple other times. Like this pop-up right here was probably when I shared it to like 20 ReactJS groups, or when I shared them when I was live, and they click out and they end up on the YouTube. And it kind of teetered for a little while, but then something picked up the algorithm and it just started shooting up the other day, and now it's got over 200 hours of watch hours. So again, do the math, just for video game sense. Just so that we can get YouTube to enable our AdSense settings, they're like, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Because nowadays they're making it a little tougher to become a partner with YouTube. And do we really need it? No. We can start advertising today. We can start offering, Microsoft or whoever, like, React Conference 2021. Like, go ahead and advertise. We have this many viewers and this whatever, and we'll put your banner up on our stuff and we'll talk about your conference coming up. And they pay a little bit, and we can make a lot more than we can with AdSense. But this is, like I said, it's like when you get into this game, like putting a platform together for you guys to also share yourselves, to also learn and talk React, to live code, it's exciting and it's fun, and that's what this is. It's a lot of things. So things like this start to come about where you kind of get growth. And so let's go back and let's take a look at, we kind of looked at the analytics. You saw one of the videos we did where it's kind of like live sharing. We'll get better technically at putting all of our screens up. It's kind of tiny. But as the video goes on, Mario's wife actually comes home, so he has to go. Mario, I hope you're watching this. That was kind of funny. He's like, I got to go to dinner. So he left. But we're working on a project of his, funny as that can be, artificial galaxies. And Matt kind of showed us how to utilize some things. And I helped him out a little bit on a couple things. And we ended up with a working piece of like this functional form we wanted to do. And then we outro it. So I want you guys to do it. It's fun to do. It's like, it's just, I think I've said that enough. Let's move right along. Where are we at? So I think I've kind of gotten most of what I wanted out. And I've created the copy that I wanted to create, where it's like, I wanted to say that officially today, we'll be updating all the artwork and everything on everything we got for ReactJS Live to be ReactJS Live. And we've got the domain name, the URL on YouTube, and we've got the URL on Facebook. And that trifecta is going to help us really grow this channel. And all I need, which we've got, is some folks to come on live and do our conversations, and let's do some live coding, and just, that way you can go to work next Monday and say, hey, I was live on ReactJS Live. Go check out my video clip right there. There I am coding for about 25 minutes. I helped build a component. Right now we're working on artificialgalaxies.com, which is Mario's dream that he's wanted to build for 12 years. He's a programmer, but now he's finally come over to the web, and he's figuring out that stuff. So You can help build part of that. It may take on a life of its own. It already is. And that's what's the selling point besides having fun, meeting people, talking React, learning React, being employable from it, picking up tips. I already said having fun, but like imagine whether you're at work, learning React, a React expert, whatever, you can tell your colleague, hey, I went on ReactJS Live, I'm an expert, and I told him some things, and I showed him a couple things, and we had some fun, and I talked to the hosts, and then I was out. And let's take a look. And it's just something cool you could do at work that further supplants your dynamic digital resume. No. And maybe, did I call it the dynamic live resume? I don't know. I'll come up with the right terminology. But that's what we need today, fellas, and well, everybody. Not what's the opposite of fellas? Fellas and ladies? Yeah. Everyone out there needs to come along with not just your static resume, not just you on some YouTube channel of yours typing some code, but what else do the hiring managers want to see? They want to see, can you write code with other developers? Can you work with someone who's like a technical lead, sort of saying, hey, you work on this component? Cool. Okay, you're going to work on that. I'll work on this. Who's going to work on that? And being able to work as a team and also use source control. And also, like, what's your speaking voice like? You know, how do you talk? What's your personality? When you go to submit your static resume to a hiring manager and they look at two that are identical, I wrote a to-do app, I wrote a to-do app. But one of them is like, check me out live on YouTube, check me out live on YouTube. Oh, hey, look at that. I get an idea of who they are working with other people. It's not something, it saves them even more time. And guess what? They're actually going to fall in love with your persona a little bit quicker and a little bit more when they can find out more about you online. So that's the sales pitch of why you should get involved, among the very facts that you're going to learn more React, and so am I. That's what I get out of it. And I know it's helping some folks get excited about their days. And now I've gone ahead and created a good hour pitch here. And one of my dog rescues is, it's probably Nano. He's in the back crying. He's probably hungry. So I'm going to go feed him, and I'm going to feed myself. So, guys, smash that like button. Smash that like button and subscribe. I seen this on one of those other guys' videos, and I won't bother to bring it up, but he's a guy that I follow, and he's got some hilarious videos, and I'll work on my delivery. But if you've watched that video, you know what I'm talking about when I say smash that like button. And instead of the boo audio, which I was going to put when Chase basically said, don't do what you're doing, go do all of this, you can check out that video live over on Chase Rayner's stuff, but then also go to our YouTube channel and smash that like button. Do it. You're right here. Go click it. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and get our applause. And with that, I'm going to say, hey, thanks for being part of the show, man. Everybody out there, this is live. I have not yet. Thank you. I have not yet gotten good at integrating chat and answering questions and doing that sort of stuff. And at times we will. Soon we will. We're still figuring out our tool set. We use Zoom for multi-share. You can do multi-share screen. You didn't know you could do that, but you can do that. You can share more than one screen at once on the live share. We use OBS to stream it over to Restream. And Restream has been an amazing partner. We had a little billing hiccup the other day, and they really went out of their way to really help us get back into what we're doing. So I'm just so grateful for that. And I've been meaning to write them back and thank them for going the extra mile. They were super helpful. You know, they're growing so fast. And to be able to take the time that they did and correct a small system glitch that when we did an upgrade, we lost a little bit of our discount. But forget about the details. They put it all back. They gave us a little bit extra. They were super kind, and we're real appreciative of everybody who's involved in producing ReactJS Live. So everyone out there, have a wonderful day. Again, I'm Chad, your host from ReactJS Live, and I'm making clips here. I'm Chad, your host from ReactJS Live, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Have a great day, and while I hunt around for the stop streaming button on OBS. Take care, guys.